So I'm going to have this contest where I take a cheap nail gun. I'm going to run nails through it until the thing dies. And the person who guesses how many nails it takes to kill the thing without going over is going to be the winner. And I've got details to that in this link right here. So I was thinking to myself, this is going to be an awful lot of boring nailing. So why don't I build a machine or a robot to do the job for me? So here's the plan that I came up with. The nail gun has this safety on the end of it, which forces you to remove it from the wood and let go of the trigger before you can fire the next nail. Now I thought about disabling this or taking it off, but what if that's the piece that breaks? You also don't want to drive your nail in the same spot over and over again. So I'm going to take these linear rails that were left over from a previous CNC project from years ago to build a platform, and I'm going to put that mechanism or the robot on the platform so that it can go down a length of wood, and just like lightning, it'll never hit the same place twice. And then to move the platform, I'm going to use this huge stepper motor. So that's the plan. Let's see what I can come up with. So here's the completed arm assembly. I just took these brackets that I made, attached them to some 1-inch square tube. Then that gives me the pivot that I need. Then I'm going to put the nail gun, just drill some holes here, attach it like so, and then there we go. There's the arm assembly. Now I just need to come up with a way to lift this. And I'm going to accomplish that with this pneumatic air cylinder. It's got plenty enough strength to lift the nail gun and the whole assembly, and it just works on compressed air. If you put air in this port, it moves the shaft in, and if you put air in this port, it moves the shaft out. So now I just need to come up with a way to attach this to the arm assembly. I think I'll turn a little piece on the lathe to go on these threads here, and I think I'm also going to have to make some more brackets. So I've got this 1/4-inch plate that I'm going to use for the platform. And I've got this piece from that old CNC machine that has the holes for the bearings. So I'm going to take a transfer punch and just use this as a template. So here's the platform with the holes drilled in it, and I've got it mounted on the bearings. Everything looks good there. So now I need to mount this onto the platform. And if you notice, I ran into a little problem here. The cylinder is parallel with the arm. That's no good. It'll never raise up. So what I'm going to do is just take a little piece of tubing here, put it underneath like so, and that's going to raise the arm up a little bit. Now you can see these two are not parallel, and it should work and raise the arm when you put air in the cylinder. I've got all of the pieces tack welded on here, and I'm going to give it a little test with some compressed air, and this rubber tip right here will seal that cylinder just to give it a little temporary blast of air in there to see if it'll lift the cylinder. This is just a check to make sure I've got all the angles, everything here correct, and that it will actually lift the cylinder. So I did all the final welding and some testing, and everything turned out fine. So now I need something that will pull the trigger for me, and I think I'll just use one of these small pneumatic cylinders and some 3D printed parts. So now I just need to move this platform so that the nail gun doesn't try to drive a nail in the same place twice. And I'm going to accomplish that with this big stepper motor. And I've got a video right here if you'd like to see some more information on this stepper. Finally, I've got it all assembled, so let's take a closer look at it and see how it's all going to work. The large cylinder will raise the nail gun off the piece of wood to be nailed, which will also reset the safety mechanism on the nail gun. Next, the stepper motor will move the platform back slightly so that the next nail won't be driven in the same place twice. Then the large cylinder will lower the nail gun back onto the piece of wood and will engage the safety mechanism so that the nail gun will fire. Now that the nail gun can safely fire, which will be done by the smaller cylinder, we will repeat this whole process over and over again until the nail gun dies or we run out of nails. The only thing left to do now is wire it up and write some Arduino code, but that stuff is boring and I'm not going to bother you guys with it right now in this video. Now I built this robot for a contest that I'm having here on the Making Stuff channel, and if you haven't entered the contest yet, you should check out the video that explains how the contest works. There's a link to that down in the description. There's also some really nice prizes from Fireball Tool and Banggood, so you should enter the contest if you haven't done so already. And if you're interested in any of the parts I used to build this robot, there's links in the description to those items as well. And if you liked the video, please give me that big thumbs up, and thanks for watching.